Hi guys, Dean here. It's been a while. So happy 2018 to everybody. Hope everybody had a good holidays, good Christmas, and a happy New Year to everybody. As I said before in comments to some of you, struggle to get videos done, get the room, the listening room, which is obviously a shared space, living room, sort of TV room, etc. So I do try and get some videos done as and when I can, and obviously as and when I've got something to show, something to say. So I've had quite a few records over the Christmas period, picked up quite a few beforehand and a couple since, so I'm just going to use this video and potentially the next couple of videos as well, just to go through those, and I've also just separated the videos into different chunks essentially. So this is pretty much going to be a rock and metal update. And then I'll do a specific Iron Maiden update, and then potentially just the other bits and bobs, so whether it be jazz, pop, maybe a bit of rock sneaking in there as well. So okay, so let's get down to it. So first one, which I ended up waiting quite a while for actually, because I came across this band on Bandcamp. This is Dzo-nga, and this is the Sasham Tales, I believe it's called. Essentially it's one guy, at least the chap here, he's pretty much, I think, Krivus, I think his name is, yeah. So he's the guy basically behind the idea, and I think they've done an EP and or an album beforehand, which I've not been able to track down. I don't think it's available on vinyl anyway, it's only on CD. I listened to this digitally, and was really impressed. So it's a mixture of sort of black death metal style vocals with also some female vocals thrown in as well on a couple of the tracks, and sort of passages, and also so there's like some sort of piano classical interludes with some heavy traditional sort of metal stroke black metal riffing. So it's a bit of a mishmash of things which you may not think would work, but it really does. Now, as most of you will know, I'm not a massive sort of black metal vocals fan, but to be fair, since listening to Opeth over the last couple of years and sort of rooting through the back catalogue, I've become more accustomed to that sort of style of vocals. Doesn't really bother me anywhere near as much as it did do probably 3-4 years ago. So this certainly worth a listen. Fantastic album. Sound quality isn't that astounding on vinyl, sadly. I think it's quite a dynamic record generally. I think it was just low on volume, so to really crank it up. So, and again with the sort of quiet passages in there, you get a bit of background noise and so forth. But yeah. Worth the wait anyway. I think I ordered it in September and it came just before Christmas, so there was a lot of delays on the vinyl production of that, but as you can see, the artwork is fantastic, the music inside is fantastic. It's a shame actually with the delays didn't make more of the artwork, because I think it would have been nice to be a gatefold, but it's just a single LP. I think it's on like a pink splatter vinyl, purple splatter, but I won't get it out and show you anyway. The stickers is annoying. So that's Dzo-nga, so definitely worthwhile checking that one out. This is Eternal Champion. This is the Armour of Aya. This is superb traditional heavy metal. This album I can't recommend enough. In fact, I've got a second copy actually to give away to one lucky person in the VC as VCLT. I have that person in mind already actually. I just need to PM them for their address. But this is straight down, hard, heavy metal, no frills. What you see is what you get, and it is fantastic. Again, superb artwork, cracking package. There's an inner insert I think on this one. It wasn't on the last one, so it wasn't really worthwhile taking it out. So you're going to get a carded insert the lyrics, and nice little diagram on there as well. So it's yeah, fantastic album. Just custom labels there. Just what to expect from the sort of the new wave of traditional heavy metal, I suppose. But yeah, superb album. This came out 2016, so it's not particularly a new album. I don't see many copies around of it, so so I'd say when I found there was a second copy available, I snagged it. But yeah, just straight ahead, proper heavy metal, done really well. So that's Eternal Champion, Armour of Ire. Next one, which I think I've seen in the VC quite a few times, and I know it has appeared on sort of the top 10 lists of heavy metal albums, or rock albums, or metal albums from 2017, is Nightmare Logic by Power Trip. Now this is just a relentless thrash metal album. Again, listen to this on Bandcamp, I think it was. Really, really good album. I came to it quite late last year. But luckily enough, I just managed to pop into my local record store, and they had two on the counter that they just managed to get in from the US. I think it's pressed in the US, Portland, the other guys from Portland. Really struggling to find copies over here. So he had two, I snagged one straight away, because there was no way I was leaving that on the counter. Can't get over it through Bandcamp. So I just wanted to snag a copy before they all disappeared. This, I'd say, this is superb. If you like thrash metal, which I know a lot of you guys do, pick this up if you see it, snag it. There's not many around as far as I'm aware. If it would get a repress, who knows. But this definitely deserves to be acclaimed as much as it is. I say it's appeared on, I think it was number one for quite a few of the lists that I was looking at the end of last year, so definitely worth a pick up. Next album, so again picked up around, well actually picked it up in the sale just after Christmas, again at the same record store. This is Targa's sort of Christmas stroke winter album. So this is the Spirits, can't read that first bit, from Spirits and Ghosts, I'm trying to think what it was. So Targa, as you all know, ex Nightwish, now a fully fledged solo artist in her own right, has pretty much gone ahead and sort of done I say it's a Christmas album, but in her own sort of inimitable style. It's sort of dark in sort of context and feel, but the songs are pretty much traditional sort of folky Christmas songs. So Come O Come Emmanuel, We Three Kings, and then you've got some more traditional stuff like Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and I think there's a couple of sort of native songs in there as well. But yeah, just the style that she does them in those, let's say, is quite dark. It's quite folky, moody. It's not just the traditional take on Christmas songs, so it's quite different actually. It's certainly one to sit by an open, roaring fireplace and yeah, crack this on a bit cracking. We've still got the Dark Nights with us, so I'll pick that up because it's a fantastic bargain as well. Snag on vinyl. That one still needs cleaning. Talking about stuff that needs cleaning, this literally arrived yesterday. So again, another one that I've been listening to on Bandcamp, and absolutely love this album. Now this came out in 2013, I believe. Yeah. So this is Tyr and Valkyra or Valkyria. Again, stunning artwork. But these guys are from the Faroe Islands. I think they're sort of classed as Viking metal, whatever that means. But the yeah, I mean they're just traditional heavy metal, very much in the style of sort of Iron Maiden, bands of that ilk. In fact, on the last side there is a cover of Waggles there from Peace of Mind, which is a very good cover. Doesn't really detract from the original in any way. It's pretty much a like for like cover. And they also do a cover of Pantera's Cemetery Gates as well, which again follows very similar to the original. But well worth having anyway, so it's just nice just to think a nod to obviously the bands they listen to and appreciate and are influenced by. But this album, again, if you guys obviously know, we're about 5 years behind the times now. And I only just managed to pick this one up. But if you guys haven't already, I urge you to try and track this down on vinyl. So I've not cleaned it yet, but hoping that it sounds fantastic. It's a double album, but yeah, one of my all-time favourite albums at the moment. Really is a cracker listen. And also, actually, as part of the sale, I picked this one up. Again, another Bandcamp listen. This was in the sale. This is Ruby the Hatchet and Planetary Space Child. Now this is more sort of psych, yeah, it's more of a psychedelic sort of rock, sort of blue vinyl there, bluey sort of green. Again, not cleaned this one yet or listened to the vinyl, but I have listened to the album a few times on Bandcamp. I just wanted to give it another listen basically on vinyl. So it's worth to snag. I think it was about £10 or something anyway, so really good price. Thought I'd grasp it. But again, yeah, if you're into that sort of spacey sort of psych rock, I've seen a few reviews of this as I was listening to the album digitally, and people said, oh, it's not the best. And I'm thinking, well, if this isn't the best, then this does seem like a good band to sort of get a bit more material from. So I'll snag this one first and yeah, try and get hold of the others. So yeah, Ruby the Hatchet, which I'm sure a few of you guys have come across already. And another one, just whipping through these. Finally, after much looking around for a decent copy at a good price, snagged this baby. This is Heavy Load, Death or Glory. So this is the legendary album. If watching the Metal Theologians videos is anything to go by, artwork on this speaks for itself. Man fighting a bear, polar bear that as well. So with a fantastic moustache, what can be better? This is original pressing, comes with the poster as well on black vinyl. Superb, sound quality was excellent, really good clean copy, so happy to get this. It's got Stronger Than Evil already, so I think it's just the live one that I'm trying to track down at the moment as well. But yeah, so happy to get this, and it's practically in brand new condition. It's not far off, I know it's got a bit of wear on the corners, but yeah, really happy to have this in such good quality. And thanks Aaron for heads up on Heavy Load, because I don't think I'd heard of them before. You showed them in your videos. So another band, I've got 3 records of theirs here which I'll mention as well, which another Bandcamp find, I think it was Bandcamp. These are Bloody Hammers. So these are a doom sort of metal sort of 2-piece. Yeah, so they use quite a lot of sort of hammer horror, as I like to call it, imagery. So some that sort of era, if you know hammer horror. But yeah, the sound is, I wouldn't say hokey. I mean, it's doom metal, but it's got that sort of Hammond organ, so it's pretty much running through it. So that's the instrument of choice as well. But like I say, it's a 2-piece. So there's not sure if the picture's on here. Yeah, so you've got Anders Manga, who's the guy there, and Devalia, who's the singer. Sorry, Anders is the vocalist, and Devalia is the organ keyboard player. And there's Dzo-nga on drums. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty much these two. That pretty much the project itself. It's very good stuff. I say it sort of draws the fine line between being really good and being a bit sort of tongue-in-cheek, a bit hokey, a bit cabaret, but not quite. So it's on the right side. But I say they always go to town on the packaging. The vinyl always sounds really, really good. I mean, the 3 records I've got here do follow a very similar sort of path, so I think maybe if you get one, see what you think. If you like it, then you're going to get more of the same, pretty much. They don't deviate too much from the sound. But what they do is really good. So that is Under Satan's Sun. And we have another, again, it's a very similar vein, sort of hammer horror sort of style. I think again, and that is the, I think that's just the horrific case of the bloody hammers. Yeah. So it's obviously a mock sort of video soundtrack. Again, very similar stuff. I think this one was the latest album, which came out 2016, so I think it's back into 2016. This is the Lovely Sort of Death, and again, very similar sort of stuff. Yeah, cracking album. So I think that's pretty much it for the metal side of things. There was potentially another album I was going to show, but I'll probably stick that into the rock side of things, because you could class them as a metal band, but the album itself is particularly metal, so we'll leave that one for the rock section anyway. I just wanted to get a video done anyway, because I think it's been quite a while since I've done a video. You guys will probably think I've disappeared off the face of the earth, so we'll try and be more proactive in 2018 and try and get some videos done. So that's it for now. So hopefully see you guys again very soon. Till then, thanks for watching.